Hello, Chipola. We're here today with Mr. George Rains Carr, also known as Rains. He's our new assistant professor of the theater department. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. So, can you tell us a little bit about your background, where you come from, some
Well,
experience with
I am a
theater?
native Floridian, actually many generations back. Not many people can say that, but I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. I grew up there, went to college at Florida State University, had some rough time my freshman year, so I ended up at Tallahassee Community College for a year.
No shame in that.
No shame at all. And then I went back to Florida State and got my undergraduate, my BA in theater. And I've been doing theater now for 28 straight years. As soon as I left Florida State, I moved to Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
And my first job there is I worked at feature animation for Walt Disney, the Walt Disney Company, and I worked with all of the directors and producers in the development area where they were developing all new films, which was a lot of fun. And after about 13 years, I decided teaching was really the thing that I was interested in, and so I went back and got my Master of Fine Arts at the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa, not too far from here, about 4 hours away. And my office was 2 blocks from Nick Saban's office. That's my claim to fame. But he got paid a lot more than I did, unfortunately. But and then now I'm here at Chipola. My wife and I were looking for a college just like this, and we really loved all the people here and how sweet and lovely everyone's been to us. And so we made the decision, and they were very nice to hire me, and we've lived here about a month, and we really love the area.
Well, we're glad to have you too. So, can you tell us what the audience should expect from the theater department this fall?
Well, this fall, as we know, because of COVID-19, theater and film and television and everything is in a very difficult spot.
Right.
Because, right, it's particularly theater, right? We pack people into a place and we sit shoulder to shoulder to watch something. And because of the evolving protocols with COVID-19, it's very difficult for us to set down anything that we can actually do.
Right.
Until there's a vaccine or something where we can decide how many people could fit in that big old theater and things like that. And so this fall, what we're focusing on is projects that we can do in class, things that we can maybe work on something to create something for Christmas via video or on Zoom, or something that we can live stream out to people as opposed to having them come to us, something that we can send to them. So that's what we're going to work on with the students. Is right now we're formulating things that we can do in spaces without people, but we can get it to them with the technology that we have, right? So they can watch it on their phones and on their computers and things at home.
So, what's a rough ballpark estimate of how many productions you plan on putting on this semester?
This semester, probably 0.
Right. With everything going on.
With everything going
sense.
on, until there's a really great vaccine, it's probably 0. We're hoping, maybe something within the next 6 months to a year we can get back to a normal schedule.
Right.
But we just have to see what the governor says and what the president says and what everybody says, right? But we will be keeping our students engaged in creating projects in alternative ways. I've been working for the last 4 months on doing theater over Zoom and doing theater remotely with people. I've directed a Shakespeare play and 3 other plays in that fashion already, and trying to transfer into a new sort of modality in case things like this happen.
Right.
And we have to close theaters down. I mean, that's how it's always been. In Shakespeare's theater, they closed it down because of the Black Plague, right?
Right.
And so you got to do what you got to do. So we're coming up with ideas to keep the students engaged, find alternative things to do as opposed to them having to be in front of somebody else or even right next to each other.
Okay. Well, that kind of brings me to my next question, which is, what can the theater students expect? Like, what's expected of them this
Well, what's
semester?
great is we are now offering an acting class, an improv class, and if you start taking the theater we have a new theater performance track here at Chipola. It's all brand new starting this semester, which is really cool. Really cool 2-year track that's going to prep people and get them ready for university or wherever they want to go after this, where they can take voice class, improv class, acting classes, stage management, theater production, all kinds of things mixed together. And we're continuing all those things. So I'll be teaching an improv class, an acting class this fall. I'm teaching theater appreciation, that class that's been around, that I know you've taken, that's been around forever. And we're doing different modes of, I'm going to use all kinds of different techniques depending on the situation. If we can be in person with our mask on, that's great, because we have a big giant theater to do classes in, so we can all spread out 10, 20 feet apart if we have to.
Don't have to worry about not social distancing.
Not at all. I mean, that's the best part about theaters. We have such a huge facility, we can social distance in our acting and our improv classes, so we can still I can still teach the students things that haven't been here previously, which is really nice, and get them on a fast track to keep their education track going. So nothing in the education part is going anywhere. It's just, when
They
can
have
we,
a couple
when can
more
we put on a
options.
book show? Yeah, there's more
Yeah.
options and we have a theater performance track, so it's a whole new option for people to take if they want to.
That's great
Which
for
is
the
really
students
cool.
especially.
It is, for sure.
Um, Now I know that in previous years the practices have been something that students have really been like, oh well, I don't know if I can do theater because I'm not sure how it works out with my schedule. How do you plan on handling that this semester?
Well, for me, this semester, I'm going to try my best to work within the time frame of the class time.
Right.
But the acting class and the improv class allows for extra time as well, and they're in the afternoons. So I was planning on maybe keeping people a little bit longer in case we wanted to work on some projects and things that we wanted to do in Zoom and other places. So I am the type of person, because I went to a 2-year college and I went to a university and I got a graduate degree at a university. I understand that we need to be flexible. Everyone's not a professional here.
Right.
I'm not paying people $1,000 a day, and they're not, we're not professionals. We're people learning how to do this craft and learning what it is to be a theater maker. And so I was very adamant with the rest of the theater staff about working around people's schedules and not just being like, this has to be the thing that has to happen.
Right, because there's a lot of talent out there, but not
Exactly.
everyone has the same opportunities.
Oh, people have to work, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough economy. People have to work. People have to do things. People have children. People have other responsibilities, and I'm more than happy and willing to work around those things because I have those same responsibilities as well.
Right.
I have a baby due on December the 2nd, so.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And so I understand, there's a lot that we
Yeah.
have to do, and in the situation that we're in, because it is educational theater, is we have the time, we have the spot, we have the space. There's no reason to, ever worry about someone not being able to be involved because of little things that we couldn't move around.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's really good to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So, that kind of brings me to the last point, which is, what type of impact do you plan on leaving at Chipola?
I'm a real passionate, some might say insane, crazy, kind of guy.
Oh, all theater directors are.
Of course, right? I'm not
It's a
the
requirement.
mean, like, yell at you type. I'm the, like, over encouraging, like, really push you type. And so for me, it's creating and maintaining a program that can churn out actors at a higher level than what you can even get down the street here at Florida State, which is where I went, and still has a great program, that are at equal or higher level once they enter a university system,
Right.
where they've been exposed to more than a freshman or sophomore would have been at a major university in our state in those first couple of years of their curriculum. I think we can create a theater maker, an actor, or a production person, anything at a higher level because we have the facility and opportunity to do that and the passion to do it. And all of us over in the theater have that passion for that. So that's something for me, is creating a theater department that can grow,
Right.
sustain itself, and become, a really nice beacon for Chipola College, for people to go, oh, there's a college out there? Why don't I go to that college?
Yeah, and it's
Right?
a really good prep to be able to go off and do something even bigger and better.
Oh, for sure, because,
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to go to school for theater.
Right.
I recommend it because, it's like.
Helps a lot.
It helps quite a bit, so you learn your craft, but,
Mhm.
we can offer something because of the affordability of our classes and things, we can offer stuff and even do even more advanced work than somebody will get in their first couple of years somewhere else.
Right, and how
which is really
tight-knit
exciting.
Chipola
Mhm.
is, the relationships are a lot better.
I 100%
So-
agree. That's why we're here. That's
Right.
my wife and I had talked about it for a very long time, and she was like, this seems like such a great place to be, and I was like, I 100% agree. And it has been. We've been here for a month, and it is a great place to be. So.
It is a great place. So, is there any other advice that you would give to the theater students or just anybody considering theater out there?
I would say we're still doing theater. We're still doing theater. We're gonna keep doing it, and we are gonna be offering and doing more than ever before. Especially when we get back to normal, we've got
Right.
a lot of great plans to do more than we've ever done before, to have more opportunities, more time, more excitement, more things going on, and so we're offering different and more classes than ever before, and so it's almost like a whole new program. which is really great. We'll continue. There's been such a strong theater in this college for such a long time, and we're going to continue that, and we're just adding new things to it, which is really cool. So I would say if you're interested in theater, if you're a theater performance student, we got a lot to do. We got a lot of stuff to do, and I'm excited about it. So I'm a crazy passionate weirdo. So
Well, we look forward to this semester, and thank you for coming on the show today.
yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.